Hello folks, I got it in black and white. So I was finding out what I was having difficulty with the Canon EOS R10. What it was instead of 1/30th of a shutter speed, 1/40th, 1/50th, I went all the way down to 1, 2, 3, on up. You know, so I had it in slow motion. And when I thought it took the picture, that's why they were becoming blurry. My bad. So I have it in black and white right now, as you can see. And what I like about this is on the LCD screen, it's black and white. All right. On my ZF, you still see color, but you don't know if it's in black and white unless you look at the dial. That's the only thing. Also, the fact that if I hit info, you just see the bare minimum. See, off. Wait a minute, that's the wrong one. I thought it was info. Well, maybe not. At the shutter speed. All right, there's the info. Okay, so let's see what happens. Info. There we go. I hit the wrong button to begin with. Clear. We'll just put it on clear. And I'm going to look. You're going to see me. And now I should be clear. But you notice the box is missing me? Now it's on me. Okay? But it stays there. So I'm going to drag it a little bit right there. Okay. And this is black and white. And if I look at it and take a selfie, let's see what happens. And then if I press play, there we go. Is it clear? Yeah, you see, you really can't tell. But by looking at this picture, it's okay. I held it wrong and stuff. But just to show you, I had it on the wrong settings. As usual, user error. But now I'm going to show you some pictures between the EFS 10-20, and then I'll show you the RFS 10-20, and then you can compare. So I'm just going to do a slideshow, okay? And I'm going to go to share, and I'm going to go to image, slideshow, and you can see it. I'm going to put it on long. And there we go. So this is the EFS, all right? If you look at it, it's pretty clear, sharp, and this is the same thing with the RF 10-20. But I did notice it took a little bit longer to focus on this lens right here, the EFS 10. So these are different shots around the house. I'm trying now you'll notice a little optical effect where the walls are leaning a little bit away. I had 10 millimeters. And then now I'm at 18 millimeters. So you still see a little picture problem. Now on the vignetting, I didn't really notice it on this. But of course, some of the shots that I took were in dark areas. And I had the wrong settings on the camera, as usual. So I went outside and I tried pointing the finger, and then I changed the auto-focusing method, and that improved a little bit. But I had a little difficulty with this lens, the EOS 10 millimeter, or 10 to 20 zoom. Now this is not the kit lens. The kit lens is the RF 18 to 45. But I want to discuss the difference between the RF and the EOS. I love the RFS lens because it's more compact, which I showed you a little bit of the camera. And the EOS is a little bit further with the adapter. Okay, so it's much bigger. The lens weight about the same, but when you add the adapter, that's a different story. Okay. The only other thing is with this camera, it's nice. The battery does wear down quite a bit, but you get a lot of shots, which will last you for quite a while. And I always carry extra batteries with me all the time. Also the fact that if I have it, let's say in the studio for video processing, I have a dummy battery connected to it. And the reason being is so it doesn't wear down the batteries I have in the camera. And I'm always switching them out. And the only time I really charge the batteries is if I'm going to take the camera out and do some picture taking. So I love this plant. I got rid of the other trees and this is just coming alive. And it's like 40 degrees out and it's still surviving. And it has these long, beautiful yellow flowers. And what I'm hoping with all the rain we're getting, and you can see the grass growing once again. We haven't had a freeze yet, folks. Of course, winter starts around the 21st of December. And that's, I think, the winter solstice. But anyway, you can see the pictures are okay, wide. A lot of people would like to get a closer shot, so I went back and forth with the 18 and 10 millimeter. Now I believe I had it on the A+ mode for the camera. That's looking directly in the sun. So it does an excellent job on flaring. And you can see how shadows. It's cooler inside the house than it is outside, folks. I had to get outside. I got my heater set on 60 degrees to kick on. It's never gone underneath 66 degrees inside the house. So right now it's 67 degrees in this room, and this is the warmest room in the house. So you can see I took pictures of the Sony Bravia box, the X77L. I already did an unboxing of that. I just put up some videos from Sony when I was picking the TV mount up and the teleconverter from Nikon 1.4X. So I'm going to be trying that out on 1/400, but I'm going to be using APS-C cameras, the Z50, the ZFC, and the Z30 with the teleconverter on and off. And as you can see, this should be the last few shots that I did with this lens. Okay, so close this. I'll go over here to the RF one. And then I'm going to do a slideshow on this one also. And go over here. And I can just leave the mouse like that. It'll disappear. So I think it's a little bit sharper with the RF 10 to 20. I think I had this out before the 10, what is it? Did I say 10 to 20? I meant 10 to 18, okay? I've been using the Sony 10 to 20, and it's actually 10 to 19, so anyway, you can see how wide a shot 10 millimeter and 18 millimeter when I can get a close up. Now, I try to take pictures of my dog, and she's always moving constantly. But you see these little nuts on the concrete patio? She's eating them. And if she's not eating them, the squirrel up in the tree is getting them. So he was having a good time until I went outside to take pictures. And then he boogied right up the tree. I tried to get a shot of him, but he's too fast. And that's a big squirrel. So with the size of these nuts falling from the live oak tree, and you see she's eating it right now. So if you want to know why she's a little overweight, well, she, whatever the cat doesn't eat, she cleans up his plate. And then she tries to do her job of cleaning up the backyard too. The only thing is she brings in the shells and then leaves them for me to pick them up inside the house. So I figure that if I'm outside, she'll do her business outside. If I'm inside, she'll go by the door and do it there. And if she goes out the door, she gets a nut. And she'll just munch on it. Dogs are funny. So you see, I did the other side of the box with this lens on the RF. And the picture profile, I think I had it on landscape. No, this was on the automatic. So they picked the scene, okay? So there's my front door entrance. I love my Yorkie. I don't have any now. So I try to do some close-up shots of plants and stuff. It's not like a macro lens. Not on zooms. You have better luck with the primes. I bought it, and you see, so this is a little bit different. And if you notice, there's auto correction on this lens with the camera. It does a better job with the RF than it does with the EFS. I just want to point that out too. There's a couple of pictures right in a row where I focus one on the garbage can, the other one on the bird bath. I can't tell the difference. I think the garbage can is still in perfect focus. So see, that's at 10 millimeters. I might have got a little bit closer. Here's my silhouette. But looking at these pictures, okay, I'm going to do one where I'll just pick one and then I'll bring it in as close as possible. And that way you can show me, or I can show you, that even with the autofocusing on this camera, it's not as good as like the R6 Mark II or even the R7, come to think of it. But these cameras are for like families. The R10, because it has the flash, like the Z50. It vlogs very well. And there you go. Okay. Now, I'm going to change the scene right here. Oh, wrong one. All right. Oh, I got to move my mouse over. I was wondering what was going on. Okay, so I'm going to change the scene to over here, primary display. Okay, and we're going to, let's see, I'm going to pick a picture. Okay. Let's see, which one am I going to do? Yeah, let's do this one, okay? And I'm going to put the image. All right. I'm having a problem with my mouse, folks. Sorry. I'm going to go to secondary display. I'm going to go back here. And you know what? On the image, I'm just going to have to go over here and do it this way. I'm going to make it full screen. And then I'm going to start doing the percent. So this is at 100%. And then I'm just going to increase it. 200, 300, 400. Let's take a look at this. This is what I was focusing on. So you see a little blurriness with this lens. But if you look at it, it's okay. And you can see that the background's not really blurred out. But you can see where it was sharp too. So let's go to another one. All right. So this is at 400. It's now sharp, but this is a farther away taken, or where I took the picture. Let's get another one. Let's go to 100%. So you see how far I was away from here. And anyhow, let's go to another one. I'm trying to get a close-up of something. And let me go down here. Just scroll through these. Yeah, that's probably the best one. So if I go to, that's at 100%. If I increase it, there's a little skin tag right here that I'm focusing on, and we'll get it closer as possible. 300, 400. Okay, so it's a little blurry, but you can see the detail. You can't read any of our information. So this lens is not really sharp, but I also had it on the wrong settings. So you can't blame the camera, okay? And let me go a little bit further. See if I can get a... Yeah, we can use this. Okay, I think I was either focusing on this or that. So if I go up to 400%, I'm just trying to show you how sharp. See? 200, 300, 400. There you go, folks. That's why I want to show you. This lens can get sharp, but it's not that good. Okay? Not like the 16 or the 24 millimeter. Where it's kind of like a macro lens. All right? And I'll move it back to 1. Now let's go to 10 to 20. And we'll use this one. Okay? So it's at 100%, 200%, 300%, 400%. So I'm not real close, but you can see it's a little blurry, but still good colors. And what I'm looking at, and I think this is at 18 millimeters. If I look at it, it's at 10 millimeters. I'm sorry. And this is a 6K image, by the way. Okay? 6,000 by 4,000. I do want to stress that. The R10 does have 6K. It came out with the R6 Mark II, which is a 6K oversampling also. So, anyhow, let's go to another one. And I'm going to bring it back to 100%. Okay? So, reason why it was blurry, I was going out the between the blinds and the window. Here, let me go back here. I'll go to the original shot. That's why it might be a little bit out of focus too. There's the TV that was replaced. They didn't have an X800E, so he brought me an X77L, okay? Same price, but they don't make the X800E Sony. So I'm just taking different pictures. I'm just trying to find one where I can get a close-up on. And I can't I think I was in the front yard. So you see, even on, it was a little blurry, but it might have been where I just scrolled a little bit too fast. Okay, so let's look at this. 100, 200, 300, 400. And you can see this lens is not as sharp as the RF one. And I had it on the same A+ settings. But I did have it on the wrong shutter speed. I do like this plant. Let's see if I can get a close-up on this. So you see, with this lens, I'm trying to figure out where it focused on. It might have been up here. Yeah, it's not. It might have been the tree. I did change the autofocusing, folks. So I'm trying to look where Here, if I go like that, Come on, mouse. Mouse is giving me problems. Where is it? Okay, there it is. So if I can move this here, okay. There we go. That's the way you're supposed to do it, folks. And that looks sharper than the tree. There we go. I was probably focusing right about here. Unless it was over here. See, that looks sharp there too. I might have missed the plant. Okay. It's the same one. Beautiful yellow flowers. So I thought they're string beans, but that's a big, long yellow flower. And it's still doing its thing. So I'm waiting for it to bloom, and I hope it doesn't freeze. So anyway, that's enough of this program. I gotta find a mouse. Come on. Oh, man. See, when you deal with the 4K TV, folks, okay. And that looks blurry. Let's go to a camera. So, nothing there for the ZFC. Z5. Here's the R10. Okay? It's a good little camera. I had it on the wrong settings. So, this is an update to my final verdict. It's a great camera for the price. But I think the Z30 performed better than this camera. But I do have better lenses for the Z30. But I try to match the APS-C compared to the R10 APS-C lenses. I think the 16 millimeter was kind of like the 24 millimeter equivalent, which I had for the Z30. But that's a 2.8, and the 24 millimeter I had was on the Z30 was a 1.7. So, you know, different lenses. The only other thing I want to complain about is they put 10 to 18 on an APS-C camera, and if it's a 1.6 crop, they should put it like 16 to like a 28, 29, all right? That way you don't get confused, and it's like the full frame equivalent of 16 to 29 instead of 10 to 18. And that's all the camera manufacturers, okay? So I don't know why they do that. It's confusing. But I can go into the Z7 too. And, you know, the colors and stuff, I think I'm on pop. So I should put it on neutral or something like that. But, you know, so I look like an orange. And then with the Z8, I got to change the color profile on this one too. So I think I have it on HLG. So I'm a little whitewashed. Okay, same thing with the, when I was using the Panasonic S5 II. You know, I just had it in a log profile and I didn't color grade it. So anyway, thank you for watching. Remember, if you have comments or questions, just write in the comment section below. Thank you for watching. Give me a like, subscribe, and remember, stay safe, keep smiling. Until next time, I shall see you then. Goodbye, folks.